each other in the DPC.
And with that Wolves movement speed, they might just have him, but Zephyr, he's going to salve up. He'll pick up a water rune for himself. Still, the Wolves will chase with the stroke of fate to follow up. Zephyr is still trying to get towards that mid-tier 1 tower. Carl even not really helping out Zephyr, just leaving him to deal with this all alone. And Zephyr's going to die. 4-2-3 to take the kill. It's gonna be fine, Zephyr, Carl, they're gonna zip it. They want the big one. They want that Lycan kill. So 4-2-3, he's gonna try to run, and he's actually quite tanky. He survived for now, but Zephyr is going right in for the chase and does secure the kill. The Sanctity now is gonna try and trade by killing off Cuckoo. It's still gonna be very worthwhile here for T1, regardless of whether they get this Beastmaster or not. But for LILGUN, they're not gonna make their way over yet. Instead, maybe mid lane, they're gonna find Carl. Have they timed it perfectly? Yeah, they have. Mortimer's kisses to follow with the silence, and Carl showing into the mid lane by himself is going to get punished immediately by LILGUN.
T1 though rotating in with that smoke after the T1 fell bot.
You want something more than Ace 12 though, but the Soulbind is going to fly in already, so it's not a great start for T1 as the Inkswell. It does land on 3 targets, and now that just blow up comes in. Meteor Hammer to drop. They've got the lockdown, and Zephyr's going to be the third.
Yeah, and they're starting to use some of those hawk visions out from Cuckoo really well. Some good information for them to play with. They're going to go for the smoke play now. They've got Roar, they've got Exo, they can make a play.
They're trying on a Gabby. Gabby, he'll go for the Strength Morph again, but he's dropping so low and he just can't survive through it. Meanwhile, 4-2-3, he got jumped, but they can't finish him off in time. Roar's going to be there. They are still trying and will eventually get him, but now 11. A 3-man charge through on the hammer. It's going to be dropped by Sanctity. Onto Zephyr they go. That'll be the 4th to drop as Carl. He is the only survivor left. 4T1. I'm going to move in. Carl, who are we going to find first? Sanctity around, that'd be the target you want to go on, but he has an Aegis and BKB available, so it's not going to be an easy target to try and burst down. So instead, they'll go on to Ace 12, release Gabby will. In the meantime though, Carl, he got caught out. Sanctity's going to take him down, and somehow Ace 12 has made his own way out, and now the Nether Strike, it's coming onto Gabby. He has forced the waveform away. He knows he can't fight right now, as even the Astral is there on Whitemon. They'll find a second. And Ace 12, I mean, they chased him down for a very long time. Barely ends up dying as Zephyr is barely able to get out.
And for a T1, this is where it really gets on the line. They have to prevent any sort of moves onto the high ground.
Carl's going to try and go into 4-2-3. Double damage is there, Carl. He'll go for the Vortex to try and steal that away as he does bottle it up. 4-2-3 is still alive, but eventually is going to drop, and he does. So the charge in 11 will try and get the Storm Spirit once again, and the bash comes through. Oh, he gets the perfect time bash. His Meteor Hammer will be there, but the Fire Blast is going to put a cancel to that as Cuckoo is going to try and fly back along with Gabby. Charges out though, Cuckoo. He will drop Gabby. He'll morph and try to charge back the other way onto the supports, but Gabby's going to try and man-fight Sanctity now. There's your Aegis gone. Gabby, he's got that Lincoln's broken. Meanwhile, Zephyr, BKB TP, but the charge is there. Great charge out from 11. That'll be Zephyr. He'll be the 3rd to 4th for T1. And I guess on the bright side, they do at least get the kill into the Lycan. But that's about all they get here for T1.
In a good position for that though. LILGUN do not have vision in that top jungle, so going in from here could be a good angle.
Certainly could be. Sanctity, he is showing. Meteor Hammer going to be there. Whitemon though is in with the Fire Blast. The charge is out. 11 trying to protect Sanctity. He is already gone. A great start for T1. 4-2-3 though still wants to fight. Gabby is having free reign, however, on this Morphling. They do take down Ace 12, and now they've got the Lycan. 4-2-3 is going to try to back as Whitemon will finally die, but 4-2-3 cannot help in any of this. He just needs to get out. Might be a fight to break out though. Whitemon is going to move in. Fire Blast is out onto Kishka. Zip it from Carl. Sanctity, though, is there with the Astral to save as now the Soulbind is committed onto T1. It's a lot of damage already flying out. Whitemon's gone. Where's 11, though? He hasn't charged quite yet. He's still being very patient as Zephyr is just trying to survive with the BKB up. He will just try and retreat and back his way out. The T1, they are sticking around, but it's still very dangerous when you don't know where the Spirit Breaker is, and Cuckoo is finally going to get caught out now by 11. Even with the Lincoln Sphere, they just don't care. They will take him out, no issue, as Gabby has his Lincolns broken. Another Bashes will fly through. He's going to run while the BKB is still going because they have the side device out. Gabby is going to wait for him back towards the base, but is still in big danger. Bashes are flying at 11. How lucky can you get? It's a 2 bash out, and that'll be enough, Gabby. He is going to drop to the Spirit Breaker.
And that's big. We were talking about all of these fights being away from the towers. LILGUN rectify that now, just run up to the high ground, take the objectives they need, melt with the output right now from 423. Smoke from T1 though. They could find a good angle to break the fight off. They could get the start.
They have thrown everything at the like, but the Sanity is, or rather Eclipse is there, and now the Soulbite into, oh, actually Sanctity is gone. Lincoln's broken on Gabby, but they're not going to fight back as the charge will go through onto Carl. They've got Ace 12 down to boot. Still, Gabby has been controlled now. The side device out onto Carl. They really want the Storm Sprint, and they've got him. Double hammer drop, and now the clips, the kisses out. Gabby is forced to go back to the fountain as Kishka is still going in onto Zephyr. There's your charge out. 11's got another kill for himself. Can they keep going? It seems like they should be able to. They are slowly being chipped away at though as 11 is dropping low now. Keep in mind he does have the cheese up. We'll go through the reset. Still dropping low to Gabby's damage up, but Kishka has jumped in. Still Gabby now. Hex is out. They do fire blast up Sanctity, but he's still looking for the man fight as Carl does move back in. They've got the OD down. They've got Kishka down, and it does seem like LILGUN have gone too far this time around.
It is going to be a bit tough without the security of an Aegis onto the high ground. We are still seeing T1 find some good fights, and we've got to be cautious about bleeding out more here while the respawns are coming in.
Yeah, Ace 12 going to be targeted as the Aeon Disc is going to be popped with Gabby. He wants more than that. Ace 12 still in big trouble, does break the Lincolns, but is going to drop as now the charge is coming through. Gabby going to be targeted. He has help around, but the buybacks are going to fly in. Still Gabby, he'll waveform out of there and does morph into the breaker form. Looking to get out, but the charge, it does connect into the cookie now. Gabby, he's going to get ink swallowed up, and he is gone. Oh, he's got no buyback either, and they found Whitemon. Make it 3, they've got Cuckoo. They have got the Beastmaster. A 3 for nothing. And I think that'll be the mega creeps to come out now for LILGUN.
That should be it. 11 not done. Find Zephyr.
Certainly not done yet. Zephyr, BKB's up. Will abuse the spider legs, but so will 11. And there's your charge away. Immediate buyback from Whitemon, but it's a 2v5 scenario. Without a creep wave here, but it won't matter because the creep wave in the mid lane is already in the base of the Dire, so Carl has to fight. He'll try to go onto the Grimstroke, but it's all by himself as Carl does have his Lincoln broken and is forced to just back to the fountain. Onto the tier 4s we go. Another charge out onto Whitemon into the fountain. But they're onto the tier 4 towers now. LILGUN just looking so strong this game, number 1. T1, while they are still trying, when you've got these constant charges to come in from 11, it's kind of impossible to try for the defense. They kill off Ace 12, but it means nothing. GG's called. T1 will drop game number 1. Meta heroes like the Drow Ranger also available as well. They're going to go... Ooh, look at that. They're going to go down the Husker out. Fair. All right, LILGUN, getting a little bit spicy here in this game number 2.
Winning Rift. So it's not as simple as it is for Sanctity. It boils down to rune control. This matchup's all about bot control.
Bot lane, Kishka still trying to fight back, but should eventually drop to a first blood across the map as Cuckoo goes down to 4-2-3, and we are going to have a pause flying out here from Carl. Still going to find a kill down to the bot lane, but they miss out on the bonus gold, and well, Kishka, he's still going on Whitemon. He will barely tie to Gabby in time. Yeah, I know it's across the map right now, John, but 4-2-3 is having a completely free time as mid lane Carl is getting dived. Sanctity able to take a solo pick off onto the path. It'll be just fine. I mean, they can charge all they like, but it's not going to amount to much. Zephyr now is going to get caught. Ace 12 setting up. Sanctity should be able to set up for this kill, and it's going to be a nice easy one. Zephyr has no way out of there as Sanctity will use the Sleight of Fist to finish off the job. Meantime, I believe there is a bit of a dive down bot lane as Gabby will speed up for a second, but ultimately is going to be okay to back off as Whitemon will try to just force them back. 11 taking a substantial amount of damage. As Carl's rotated as well on the puck, and they're going to be able to find another Mars kill. So Carl making the rotation work this time, and they might even keep going. They still have the Dream Coil up, so Kishka, is still a bit of a sitting duck, and Carl will see him now. Kishka will cop the coil. While this is happening though, Cuckoo does drop top lane to 4-2-3 once again, but at least Carl will find a double across the map. Meanwhile, bottom, they're having a look at Gabby. Now, Gabby's going to be fine. They aren't going to make the jump in. Instead, though, Zephyr going to try and charge 11. They do catch him in that kinetic field, so 11, he is trapped up. He'll go for an arena spear around, and the Nightmare is going to buy a bit of time, as maybe they can try to turn this back onto the supports of T1. They've got a disruption, and now with 4-2-3 around, they've got the damage. Whitemon, he'll go as Zephyr now is going to try and find his own way out. He could go for the charge, and looks like he should be just fine in doing so. In fact, never mind, he won't, because 11, he was ready for it. Does cancel the charge off. So the run continues, but Sanctity will have the follow-up damage and control. LILGUN, they will find another nice trade for themselves down at that bot lane. He is. Well, you say that, John. He does have that armlet, so it does make him a little bit more difficult to kill off, as he does go right onto Whitemon. And yeah, they just can't take him down. Carl has coil up if he wants to keep trying, but it's very difficult if you've got someone who can armlet toggle very well like 4-2-3. Green coil's there. They're going to try into the Husker with the Static Storm out. This time it'll be harder to just really armlet toggle out of this. He is still trying though, but does not make it. A nice attempt from 4-2-3, as they are at least going to try and catch out Whitemon and punish. Glimpse away on to Sanctity, but he's going to be fine to Remnant back in. They do get the Disruptor, but can they find Carl? They've got the Fiend's Grip. Carl would really prefer not to die right now. Still Waning Rift down towards the south. It does orb away. It could be a nice setup, but it feels like they've got plenty of ways to cancel this off, as now the charge is going to fly through. They've got the Static Storm with the Glimpse back onto the Husker. It's going to be a great setup. 4-2-3 is going to be trying to force to just fight back, but he can't do it right now, as there's just too much control. T1, they can go for the second onto Ace 12, and they clean up. The problem is with this Husker, John, you get caught in that Static Storm, it's just too hard to armlet toggle. As they'll go on to 11 now, the Dream Coil committed, they'll have the setup. 11 will try to run. And they've got that Witch's Blade slow, and they'll have plenty of damage from Carl to secure the kill. Mid lane, however, Zephyr has been caught by Sanctity, but it's still a very worthwhile trade here for T1.
We'll go for a smoke play though. Maybe want to reveal that Scottian and get a nice kill for themselves. 11, gonna break the smoke, but that's a great target for T1 to try and focus down. So they'll even commit the Primal Split just to make sure. In the meantime, who's dying? They got Carl on a Fiend's Grip. The charge is there in time, however. Carl might make it out just in the nick of time and does blink away into the orb. But the chase is on from Sanctity, but it's too late. He is too late. They will even take down Ace 12. T1 may not know about this, though Whitemon is prepped to try and break the smoke, but no, they're up. Nobody's broken the smoke, so LILGUN, they might be able to make the jump in, but where's the blinker? 11, who are we going after, sir? They don't seem to have the information yet as Zephyr. He's going to get jumped here by 4-2-3, but Gabby, he can get right to work. Ace 12 is already gone on the Bane. Now Static Storm being dropped perfectly from Whitemon in the arena, not allowing the spear combination out from 11. Does that allow Gabby to relocate, find a better position for himself, but they've still got to find a way to try and do with 4-2-3 on this Husker, and now they can, as 4-2-3, he cannot deal with this Hive Scotty at the moment. He is gone. Ace 12's trying to Fiend's Grip up somebody, but Carl's going to be just fine, as 4-2-3 is still just trying to fight back with the armlet, but can he really keep it going? Kishka going to give all the HP back to Gabby, as they do end up getting 4-2-3 in the end. There's your spear out now from 11, but it's not going to be enough. You don't have the damage any longer, as they can just clear out the side of LILGUN. So Ace 12 is still trying to move forward along with Sanctity and try to find this TB kill. Instead, they're going to have to try and go after Whitemon, but Carl's going to move back in on the puck. Problem is they are not going to be able to help, so Roshan dropping low. Sanctity going to try and just zone them out, but Roshan is still going, and they've got the Cyclone out onto 4-2-3. Bit of an awkward fight here for LILGUN. We'll see if they can still take it. 4-2-3, he's trying with the BKB. He's got the Aegis up. Gabby now, he's going to man fight in the melee form onto the Husker. The 4-2-3 still okay, still able to fight back. He's got the Aegis up, but now your Metamorphosis available. In the meantime, Carl, he takes down 11, and they've got the Aegis gone from this Husker. And I think that might be enough for T1. Even if they pop the meta,
They might call it a that though, never mind. They want more. They'll get Ace 12 down. They found Kishka on the Shadow Demon. Hell, they've even got 423 as Cuckoo will try to help out Gabby. The Sunder will be there. The reset. 423 though, he is still fighting back. With all these disarms out, Gabby could not fight back against the Husker as Zephyr. He will finally take care of 423. Not the easiest defense, but when you're behind the T2 tower, you can just hide forever as Carl. Oh boy, he's gonna get caught out. Fiend's Grip will be there, and 423 may have just enough time, and he will. Carl is gonna drop. They tried to help him out with the charge out, though they might still be able to get 423 now. Static Storm has been dropped, but he got the BKB in time, so he should be able to turn back in onto Gabby, and he'll try to do so with the disarm out. Yes. Gabby is just standing there. He has the Sunder. He'll throw it out back in onto the Mars, and they've got 423. They have got 423 down. Wymon to drop. Sanctity's becoming a problem though as he's cleaning up now. He's got a godlike spree and he's onto Gabby. He wants the big target. He wants the TB and he's gonna get him. Cuckoo's left to try and fight back for his team as he will at least get Ace 12, but he is running out of time to back himself out. He'll be okay to do so. Sanctity just holding that high ground, may get caught as the charge is there into the silence. This could be the first time he does finally go down, but no, Nightmare will buy a bit of time at the BKB. It does come off to Sanctity. He can go for an escape and just retreat, trying to find a reset as 423 is still fighting within that arena. Who have they gone on though? In the backside they got Fiend's Grip. Carl, he's been caught out on the puck and he's gone. Sanctity is still not tied, just juking and jiving in the middle of this fight. And T1, they might just need to back now, as the chase has started. Cuckoo, he'll run one way, Gabby will run the other, but they've both been caught out. Gabby still trying to fight against 11, but it's not a fight he can win at the moment, as Whitemon, he'll drop to Sanctity. Gabby, well, he's running. 11 is still on the chase, however. It is going to land the Yules into the spear back. The buyback is out from Cuckoo, but is that really going to be able to help? I don't think it will, John. I think Gabby's gone without buyback, as Carl even brought back into this fight to boot, but they just can't help. Though Zephyr, he'll bulldoze right through two of them, and does get 11 in Kishka. And now Carl's going to try and at least snipe down this Bane. He'll keep going. Ace 12 trying to survive with that Shadow Amulet, but is eventually going to drop, so the buybacks, they do pay off for T1. Still T1 getting prepared to try and defend as Carl slowly start chipping away at everyone. Another Primal Split committed in the backside though. Who have they got? Gabby gonna be forced to be keeping up very early as he turns back in on 11. In the meantime, Zephyr trying to control up the backlines. They do take down Ace 12. Where's Gabby though? He's still just fighting 4-2-3, but he's surrounded. He might need some help, but he does pop that Silver Edge, and he is gonna be able to get himself out now, as it does seem like T1 are so far in the lead for this team fight, as they get Kishka a second time, and now 4-2-3. He's just kind of being ignored here on this Husker, though he does make the jump in onto Cuckoo. Can he really keep this fight going? It does seem like he is going to try, and will be able to find the Brewmaster. That's a dieback on Cuckoo. And LILGUN, I mean, they still hold this Aegis, so they're going to keep going up to that high ground once again. At least for that melee Barretts. He's not that easy, John. He's baiting right now. 4-2-3 almost hoping for the fight to break out, and they do. They do move in, but the Nightmare is there to buy time. As the BKB is out, it's going to be a fight between 4-2-3 and Gabby, but Gabby right now is winning 4-2-3. He's gone. He is gone straight off the bat, but he's going to buy back into this team fight as Gabby's getting low now, but he has the Sunder available. Who are they aiming? It's going to be 11. Meanwhile, the supports are dropping slowly. Sanctity trying to get as much done as he possibly can. They've lost 11 on the Mars. They want Gabby on that Terrorblade. That's the big target on the side of T1, and they've got him. So the buyback, it does somewhat pay off for LILGUN, but they've got two buybacks on their end of things. That Ace 12 Aghanim Scepter, though, I agree, John, is going to cause some issues here in this fight, I think, if he does not get caught out, though. Whitemon, a nice Static Storm, but Sanctity immediately into the backside, wanting to find those supports. Meanwhile, 11 dropping quite low as Gabby, he's been caught out. There's your Fiend's Grip, they've caught the Terrorblade, but it is cancelled. Carl, he'll get the silence in time. Gabby, he is still going to keep fighting with the Mat Trap. Another spear, it does land. They've got Gabby down, but he'll commit the buyback. Still Aegis is on the deck, all the items are just laying there on the ground, but they will go all the way for the side of LILGUN, as Ace 12 finally goes down now, but at the cost of what? More buybacks to come from T1. Is they going to try again? to fight back into this fight. Sanctity, he's been locked down this time, but 423 is there to help. Sanctity will take his first death on the Ember. He finally gets taken down once. Gabby, though, he can't afford to be taken down a second time. That's for sure. As Sanctity back into the backside has found Zephyr on the support, and now Gabby. That'll be a tieback on the Terror Blade, and that'll be the game probably going towards LILGUN, unless Carl can pull off some magic here on this puck. He'll get Kishka down. They're going to keep trying here, T1. But it's going to be a very, very difficult defense now, as you just don't have that pos 1. In fact, they've even found Cuckoo another time. That'll be the third die back here for T1.
It's looking tough.
It will be. They even drop the arena to surround themselves, put the walls up to make sure Carl cannot intervene with their business as LILGUN want that Ancient down. Zephyr's going to buy out the Axe. They're going to try again. Carl dropping 11 quite low, forcing out the BKB with another strike. They've almost got him down. Coil is there. It did not leash, so 11 is still going to be able to blink out. A charge is out, though. They do secure the killer's now ace 12. He'll go for the Nightmare, and the Fiend's Grip has called out Zephyr, but it will be cancelled to Sanctity. He'll jump in and take over. That'll be a dieback on the Spirit Breaker, though now they've got Whitemon back up, and he'll drop the Static Storm onto the Husker, but 423 could not give a crap. He'll just keep going for the Ancient.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Where are the creeps?
Where are the creeps, though, John? Carl, once again, is split pushing and creep skipping, and he has delayed out the game at least for a little bit, but they're going through backdoor protection. Or are they? It's still kind of happening. The Ancient is going down just very, very slowly, but now with 423 attacking a little bit faster, that'll be it.
Oh my god.
LILGUN will take it. T1, they tried, John, but they just weren't good enough today.